According to my wife, I'm a homosexual. What's up, Battlefielders? It's Pwn. I want to talk to you guys about a couple things today, a couple funny stories, I guess. You guys like my funny stories, you sick people. And, yeah, I was a wild child as a kid. There's a lot of weird shit that happened, and I probably have enough infinite amount of stories for you guys. But we're going to talk about a couple of them, one of which, actually a couple of them happened yesterday. And one thing changed my thoughts on a word in video gaming entirely, and I'm about to change your entire life as you know it. And half of you guys probably already know or have heard it before, and I'm going to be like a fucking retard right now, like, what, Pony didn't know that? But anyways, we'll get into that later. I want to tell you guys a little bit about why my wife thinks I am a homo. And it's actually quite funny. It was late at night. It was like 3 a.m, and we're watching the Olympics. You know the Olympics are on right now. You know, so many people are watching that right now. Got that Olympic money! And they're doing the swimming or whatever the fuck it was. And, you see all the guys, they line up on the little diving boards or whatever. They push off, they dive into the water, they go back and forth. It's extremely crazy and awesome to see a bunch of men all soaking wet, fighting for glory and gold and my affection. But I'm sitting there watching that, and I'm like, you know what? I bet like some of the skilled video gamers like myself would be pretty good at that kind of stuff. I mean, our reaction times, because they attack as soon as they hear the sound. They hear the beep, and then they just bolt, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking to myself, and I sit there and I turn and look at my wife, and as soon as they're setting up on like our 9th set we've seen or something, we see them set up or whatever, and I sit there and I'm thinking to myself, and then I just say it out loud. I'm like, you know what? I would beat all of them off. And then I turn and look at her, and then I realize with her laughing what I just said, and I said I'd beat all of them off. And then I try to save myself. And then I say, no, what I meant is I was going to get off first. And then I realized that didn't sound right either. And then I just realized that I just can't do it anymore. I needed to stop right. You ever done that before? You said something extremely crazy, and then you try to save yourself, and you dig your hole deeper. And my wife called me a fag. It's the first time in my life she's ever done that. And I'm not meaning to offend anyone with the word fag. It's just something somebody says for a gay person. I don't think there's any like poison behind that word anymore. I mean, I don't know. It's just like somebody calling me cracker. I honestly don't see any harm in it. The harm is in how you use it. My wife is just can't believe she called me a fag. Just kind of hurt a little bit. Yep, deep down. And but I did kind of say that I would beat off the entire Olympic team and I would get off first. So I guess I kind of deserve it. But that was my 3 a.m. story from yesterday. Now that we're done talking about what I do for my country, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about another little thing. Now, I was shaken when I heard this. Now, when you hear the word eliminate, what do you think of? I think of video games. I think the entire enemy squad has been eliminated. Or, if you want to eliminate some calories, make sure you do 20 push-ups a day and drink lots of milk. When I hear eliminate, you think of, removing or killing or something, Throughout video games, your squad's been eliminated or eliminate the enemy. And, that's what I think of. I think of video games. I think about killing somebody. Is that it? Do you think about acing an entire enemy team when you hear the word eliminate? Well, I've been doing some research, right? Because my puppy's just a hellion, and this bitch is just crazy. Yeah, and by the way, I'm using the M26 Slug right now. I'm gonna do a video about the M26 here soon. You guys are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. But I'm sitting there and I'm reading up all this stuff, about crate training and gnawing and biting and whining and what I need to do because this dog is much more of a handful than I'm used to. I used to do animal rescues. I've had over probably 1,000. That's not an exaggeration. Like 1,000 dogs in my lifetime. And why is this guy not? Fuck me. But so I'm sitting there reading up on the stuff, like, when it whines, you got to leave it in the crate here and there and there. One thing that you got to make sure it does not do is you got to make sure it does not eliminate in the crate. And I'm like, it doesn't eliminate the crate, what? And then I realized how it's worded, and it says eliminate in the crate. So, for you guys that were unaware, eliminate means shit. It means cleaning yourself. It means removing the waste of the body. I never knew eliminate meant that. Did I say meant that? Meant that. I had no clue it meant that, guys. I never in a million years would have thought the word, through video games and power, you think eliminate, you think killing or something. I don't think shitting on things. But I guess that's cool. I mean, on the alternative is when you hear, your squad has been eliminated on, it's kind of like you've been shit on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I guess that fits in there. But from here on out, every time I hear your team's been eliminated or something like that, or, you've been disqualified, no, I'm going to think I've been shit on. You know what? I am shit, and that's just going to hit my self-esteem, and I'm just going to be elimination after that. You know, I'm just going to be like, what am I going to do? So my life was forever changed by just simply looking up how to train your puppy, and I found out that eliminate has a different meaning. It's not only, you know, removing or disqualifying or killing someone. It means to shit and piss everywhere. It means it's just horrible. I had no clue eliminate meant that. I mean, did you guys know that? Or am I the only one here that's finding out about this? I'm going to feel bad if like 90% of you guys knew what that meant. And I'm not going to even pay attention to the comments. This is where I say, I'm looking at the comments. Half of you guys are going to act like you said that anyways. No, you guys are just a bunch of elimination yourself. But I really never knew eliminate meant like pissing and shitting. And now if you're like the son or daughter of a doctor or something, I don't know if they even toss around the word eliminate like that. But it kind of shook me, you know. But yeah, anyways, that was like that was my story time for you guys. I got some cool news though, for me at least. My buddy, one of my longest and oldest friends, probably you'd be considered my best friend. I mean, we've fallen apart a little bit, but that's because we got older and we matured a little bit. I know, yes, I matured. You should have seen me back then. He's coming back and he went in the Navy. That's why I don't have any like in real life friends anymore. We had like a group, you guys know, we had a posse. We had like 5 or 6 guys, and we were all best friends. You know, 2 went out to the Navy, 1 went to the Air Force, 1 went to the Army, and then 1 went gay, probably for watching the Olympics. But you know, none of us are ever in touch anymore. They all went their separate ways. Half of them are married, except for him. They're married and having kids now. He's been gone for 4 years. He's supposed to be coming back here in March, which is pretty cool. Which is going to be right after my kid is born. You know, this is the guy that, you know, you grew up with and you expect to be your best man at your wedding and stuff like this, and it doesn't really work. You like how I'm guarding this? Look at that little crack between the wall and the garage door. I always use that so when I know somebody's coming. That's why I stand right here behind this counter, because I know when they're coming. But that's kind of like awesome to me. I think he's coming home. He's not been home in 4 years. He's not seen his family or anything like that. And it's cool to know. I mean, and I asked him, man, I'm like, what are you going to do as soon as you get home? He said, we're going to play with bouncy balls. And I'm like, oh my God. And you guys probably don't understand that at all, but we used to have, in between a Blockbuster and this other, like, Subway, there used to be this thin little alley, because it was a complex, but there was this thin little alley to get to the back of the building. It was about 4 foot wide and, like, 9 million feet tall. What we'd do is we'd go spend, like, $5 on bouncy balls, and we'd just grab handfuls of them and just smash them against the walls, and we'd just get ricocheted and smacked. And that's something we used to do for fun as kids. I mean, we just grab, like, 40 bouncy balls and just 4 guys would get in this alleyway, and we would just do what that guy did, kill ourselves. And we would just nail each other. We'd walk out of there with bruises and bleeding. Yeah, bouncy balls hit you in the lip, you'll bust your lip, man. But yeah, so that was our fun. So, you know, that's cool. Maybe you guys will get to see him here in a few 6 months, something like that. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you check out all the stuff in the description. Leave a like and favorite. It helps out a lot. Peace out, guys. Get it.